Have you noticed it? Lately, certain people just seem off. They turn cold, gossip behind your back, mimic your words, or try to get under your skin with subtle digs or calculated chaos. You walk into a room and suddenly the energy shifts. Side glances, quiet whispers, tension in the air. It's like they've received a silent order to provoke you, and you feel it deep in your soul. It seems personal. It looks like you did something wrong. But beloved, this is not just about you. This is spiritual warfare. What you're witnessing are the effects of energetic sabotage. You're encountering what many of us call flying monkeys, agents knowingly or unknowingly, who act on behalf of darker forces. These forces are threatened by your light, your growth, your awakening, and so they send distractions, saboteurs, tests. When you begin to awaken, when you step into your truth as a chosen one, a mystic, a way shower, you send out a frequency that shatters illusions, and that light, it draws the attention of both divine allies and shadowy opposition. The flying monkeys are sent to dim that light, but they cannot extinguish what is eternal within you. Maybe you've felt it already. You walk into a familiar space, your gym, your workplace, your own home, and suddenly, it doesn't feel safe. You sense eyes on you. The room feels heavier. A coworker mimics your tone. A stranger repeats something personal about you they shouldn't know. A door slams without cause. People who once smiled now smirk. It's not overt. It's insidious. You start questioning yourself. Am I overreacting? Did I imagine that? No, dear one, you didn't. You walked into a psychic ambush. You were targeted, not touched. Wounded, yet without a scratch. This is what spiritual persecution looks like in the modern world. Subtle, emotional, psychological. And here's what you must remember. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're not going crazy. You are awakening. And your energy, your divine frequency, is agitating the demons in others that they haven't faced within themselves. You're not being attacked because something is wrong with you. You're being targeted because something is powerful within you. So breathe, come back into your center. You were never meant to fit in with them. You were meant to awaken them. But until they're ready to rise, they'll resist. Sometimes violently, sometimes quietly, but always as a reflection of their own fear. Hold your light. The shadows are just proof it's shining. I'd walk into a public space and immediately feel the atmosphere twist. The air would grow thick. There was no logical reason for the sudden tension, but my intuition would scream, something is off. I'd hear weight slams that didn't make sense. I'd pass by groups that sniffed loudly, laughed too deliberately, trying to provoke me without ever addressing me directly. It was all too synchronized, too patterned, too unnatural to be coincidence. And then came the main actor, Curly the clown. He became the stalker's favorite puppet. A man I never spoke to, who somehow hated me with a passion that didn't make sense. He knew intimate rumors about me, things only someone obsessively watching would know. He'd yell loudly in the gym, creating scenes. It's true. He talks shit about everyone. He called me crazy and stupid. All while wearing that soulless grin. No empathy, no remorse. Just blank-eyed devotion to someone else's hatred. But this wasn't just bullying. This was spiritual puppetry. A grown man turned into a channel for someone else's sickness, trying to drag me into the same pit. Curly, my stalker's main pet. No mind of his own. Just a man who loved the drama, loved hating me, and never once looked me in the eye like a human being. After months of stalking, whispering lies, spreading filth with a smile on his face, he'd follow me from space to space, He'd talk loudly in the shop line, like I wasn't standing right there. He'd repeat disgusting rumors to anyone who'd listen. And still, I stayed silent. But when I finally clapped back, when I told the truth, he lost it. That grin turned to screaming. It's true, he talks shit about everyone. And he follows all girls on social media. Young girls, he yelled, trying to twist my clarity into madness. And then, like clockwork, he cowered next to another man, seeking validation. The same soulless grin returned. No self-awareness, no accountability, just projection and performance. He didn't understand why I got angry. He never grasped the impact of his stalking, his games, his repeated attempts to get under my skin. He only saw the moment I reacted, and that's what he wanted. Because in his eyes, my reaction made me the villain, not the year of quiet torment that led to it. And then there was her, the seductress, monkey. She smiled at me, made eye contact, entered my field with intention. She'd press her body close, bend in my direction, shake her chest, arch her back, calculated, not innocent, like a trap dressed up as attention. I'd try to ignore it. I'd look away. But she kept pushing, and then it would flip, the weight slamming, the sharp sniff right as I passed, the sudden claim, he's making a move on me. He does it to everyone. It wasn't flirtation. It was bait. The moment I didn't respond, the moment I refused to play along, she escalated. Because the goal wasn't attraction, it was accusation, to make me look like the problem, like the predator, like the fool. She never let up, day after day, week after week. Not stupid, no, but easy to manipulate, easy to use. She played her role well, another puppet in the performance of flying monkeys. And I say this not to tear people down. I don't enjoy talking about others like this. That's not my way. But sometimes you need to speak truth into the open air, because silence can become a prison if you keep swallowing what's unjust. I've lived a life of solitude and meditation. I've walked long roads of stillness, choosing peace over chaos, reflection over reaction. I've never had a wife. I have no children, and I'm not out here playing games. I'm a man who's waited, prayed, watched, for someone real, for love that builds, not breaks. A woman who knows herself, someone I can share a sacred life with, children, home, purpose. And yet, when I show even a hint of interest, when I open myself just slightly, I get sabotage, I get drama, I get lies. But I see it now. This isn't just coincidence, it's coordination. It's not about me being wrong, it's about my presence being disruptive. Because this is what flying monkeys do. They don't just show up out of nowhere. They're summoned, activated, energetically drawn into place to dismantle what's rising inside of you. They come to bait you, to smear you, to confuse you. But what they fear most isn't your anger, it's your clarity. They fear the one who sees, who names, who does not back down in silence or shame. So if you've lived through this kind of harassment, this level of spiritual interference, know this: you're not cursed, you're not broken, you're chosen. And the intensity you're experiencing is not a punishment, it's a sign that your soul is expanding beyond the reach of the old paradigm. So let them perform, let them project, let them try. But never forget who you are underneath it all, because you, mystic, you are not here to play their game. You are here to burn the whole stage down. What I endured wasn't just social discomfort. It was coordinated spiritual interference. People acting like agents, triggered by my presence, working overtime to dim my frequency. I stayed silent for months. I kept walking, meditating, breathing through it. But eventually, I reached my limit. And when I finally clapped back, suddenly I was labeled the aggressor. That, my friends, is reactive abuse in action. They push you to the edge, then hold up your reaction as evidence that you were the problem all along. You see, when your energy is strong, aligned, and clean, it threatens those who are fragmented. When you radiate authenticity, it agitates those still performing. And when you walk with integrity, it exposes those built on lies. They hate what they can't control. They mock what they don't understand. But you, chosen one, you keep walking, you keep glowing, because no flying monkey can dim a soul lit by purpose. The term flying monkeys might sound playful, borrowed from the Wizard of Oz, where the Wicked Witch sent her creatures to harass Dorothy. But in real life, it's far darker. In psychology, flying monkeys are the people narcissists use to attack their victims. Emotional enforcers, gossip spreaders, manipulators. In spiritual terms, they are far more sinister. Flying monkeys are energetic agents of interference. They are tools of the Matrix, pawns of unseen forces, used to derail mystics, chosen ones, and way showers from their divine mission. Whether they know it or not, they are participating in a form of spiritual warfare, and their target, you, your light, your clarity, your awakening. They are sent to provoke you, bait you, distract you, exhaust you, because your reaction, the emotional discharge of pain, confusion, frustration, is what they feed on. It's food for the pain body, fuel for the dark web of unconsciousness that wants to keep humanity asleep. Most of them don't even realize what they're doing. Some actually think they're doing good, just protecting someone or speaking the truth. But their loyalty is often blind, their actions unconscious. They operate like possessed agents, channeling emotional poison that doesn't originate from them. They are triggered by your energy, not your words, not your actions, but the vibration you carry. This is why it feels so personal. But it isn't. It's spiritual. You are not being punished. You are being refined. This is a spiritual war. And in war, not everyone knows what side they're on. From a psychological standpoint, flying monkeys show up in patterns of narcissistic abuse. The narcissist doesn't always attack you directly. They gather allies. Through charm, guilt, fear, or manipulation, they enlist others to do their bidding. These people become the narcissist's mouthpieces, spreading lies, launching smear campaigns, gaslighting, and isolating the target. Dr. Ramani, one of the leading voices in narcissistic abuse recovery, calls these people emotional enablers. They lack self-awareness, struggle with critical thinking, and blindly trust the manipulator. They are trauma-bonded, often addicted to conflict, and drawn to the power games of drama. This is where reactive abuse comes in. The victim holds it in for months, even years. But one day, they react. They yell, they cry, they finally defend themselves. And suddenly, that isolated reaction becomes the flying monkey's main narrative. See? Look how unstable they are. Carl Jung famously said, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul." Flying monkeys project their inner wounds onto others. Your light becomes a mirror, reflecting what they have buried. And mirrors can be terrifying to those who are hiding from themselves. Eckhart Tolle takes it even deeper. He teaches that the pain body, an energetic structure made of old emotional pain, feeds on drama and negativity. These people aren't just mean. They're possessed by unresolved trauma. And your presence, your peace, threatens that possession. So they poke, they bait, they try to break your spirit, not because you've done anything wrong, but because your existence makes them confront everything they've been avoiding. Let that sink in, beloved. Your awakening is not a weakness, it's a trigger. And in triggering others, you reveal the work they've refused to do. Hold your ground, stand in your truth. This is not your downfall, it's your initiation. There's another layer to this dynamic that few talk about, but you've likely felt it. Certain personalities, often referred to as the dark triad, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, are magnetically drawn to sensitive souls. Why? Because empaths are energetic mirrors, and mirrors are dangerous to people who can't face themselves. They don't hate you because of your flaws. They hate you because your light reveals theirs. You, dear chosen one, are especially triggering to them if you're a Heyoka Empath, a sacred mirror. You reflect the truth they've buried, the pain they've projected, and the shadows they pretend don't exist. And so, they seek to destroy the reflection rather than confront the reality. They target the vessel of light because they can't withstand what the light reveals within themselves. These personalities thrive on control, manipulation, and deception. Your intuition, your emotional clarity, your refusal to play along all threaten their game. They see your presence as a disruption. You are the crack in their illusion. You didn't ask to be the mirror, but here you are, chosen to reflect what must be seen, no matter how uncomfortable. This battle isn't new, it's ancient. Spiritual texts have been warning us about this very dynamic for centuries. The Bible speaks clearly. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil. Isaiah 5:20. False witnesses are condemned. Proverbs 19:9 says, a false witness will not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies will perish. And what happened to Jesus? He wasn't just crucified by the elite. He was betrayed by someone close. Judas played his role, but the crowd, the ones who shouted, "Crucify him," were flying monkeys for the religious powers, manipulated, controlled, acting without full awareness. In Buddhism, we meet Mara, the tempter, the master of illusion. Sometimes he whispers to your mind. Other times he shows up through people around you, creating distractions, chaos, and doubt. In Islam, Shaitan operates through jinn and mankind alike. The whisperings of darkness don't always come from the invisible. They come through the mouths and actions of those around you. Surah An-Nas. These texts confirm what many mystics have known for lifetimes. Spiritual warfare often moves through people. Some know exactly what they're doing, but many are simply being used, unaware, ungrounded, and energetically open to manipulation. From a shamanic lens, flying monkeys are not inherently evil. They are fragmented souls, energetically compromised, wide open to parasitic interference. They are open doors in a storm, windows left unguarded, inviting the winds of chaos inside. These people become vessels for darker thought forms, entities, or collective pain bodies. They don't even know why they hate you. They just feel an urge, a compulsion, to disrupt you. Shamans teach us that these people are not the enemy. They are the infected, the spiritually entangled, the karmically lost. That doesn't mean you excuse their behavior, but it does mean you stop personalizing it. In metaphysical circles, we call this third-party interference. Just when you're about to level up, just when the breakthrough is near, these chaotic disruptions appear. Sabotage, disguised as coincidence. Passive aggression masked as harmless teasing. Flying monkeys show up to pull you off course. Why? Because the forces that manipulate them despise progress. They detest light, and they loathe transformation. They work through those who are asleep, those too hypnotized by their own trauma to question why they act the way they do. Flying monkeys aren't random. They are archetypal, symbolic. They show up like clockwork, right before a breakthrough, like a final exam before a graduation. They carry the vibration of betrayal, mimicry, confusion, and chaos. Often they act in packs, mimicking one another, repeating the same phrases, the same gestures, the same baseless accusations. It's as if a script was handed out, unseen but deeply followed. It feels like a hive mind, a psychic infection, a contagion of fear and envy. But hear this, it's not personal, it's spiritual. They aim to collapse your self-trust, to confuse you just enough that you begin questioning your worth, your gifts, your path. And that is the true danger, not their behavior, but your doubt. Every mystic who walks this path meets their curly. Every chosen one encounters the soulless grin of interference. These beings don't act alone. They are guided, often unconsciously, by a deeper distortion. They are not masterminds. They are messengers of distortion. And what do you do with distortion? You don't absorb it. You don't match it. You see it. You name it. And you rise above it. Because your mission is too sacred to be shaken by puppets, and your light too radiant to be dimmed by shadows. Your nervous system has been under siege, and it's time to come back home, into the body. That's how you reclaim your peace. That's how you re-anchor your light. When you've been the target of subtle psychic warfare, your body holds the stress like a sponge. Your heart rate spikes, your shoulders tighten, your breath becomes shallow. That's not weakness, it's wisdom. Your body is trying to tell you, you are not safe here, but you can return to safety. You can create it, you can embody it. So start here. Stand up if you can. Stomp your feet gently. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel gravity working in your favor. Shake out your arms, loosen your jaw, roll your spine. You are signaling to your body that the moment of danger has passed, and you are allowed to breathe again. Now look around you. Slowly, with intention. What are 5 things you can see? 3 you can hear. 1 you can feel beneath your skin. This is you orienting to now, to this moment. You are reminding your spirit that you are no longer in the theater of attack. You are safe. Let's breathe. Inhale through your nose to a count of 4. Hold, and exhale slowly to a count of 6. Do it again. This time, feel your shoulders lower. Feel your belly soften. This breath is not just oxygen. It's your tether to divine rhythm. You belong here. Now place your hand over your heart and the other over your belly. Close your eyes and whisper to yourself, I am safe in this moment. This energy is not mine. I return to myself now. And finally, seal it in. Visualize a golden sphere of radiant light enveloping your body, like a warm armor of truth and divinity. This is your shield. This is your light made visible. Ask your guides, your ancestors, or your highest self to strengthen it. You are protected. These are not small rituals. They are acts of spiritual sovereignty. They are rebellion against the forces that seek to fragment you. In a world addicted to stimulation, confusion, and psychic interference, your stillness becomes sacred. Your groundedness becomes power. You are not here to be absorbed into madness. You are here to stand in clarity. You are not here to match distortion. You are here to anchor divine truth. You are not here to carry their chaos. You are here to radiate peace that cannot be touched. So come back into your body. Make it your sanctuary. Let your breath be your shield. Let your presence do the talking. Because when you stand fully in yourself, mystics, nothing and no one can pull you off your path. What to do? And yet, the moment will come again. The flying monkeys will circle, the whispers will rise, and when they do, you must remember, you've done nothing wrong, but now you must do something wise. First, detach from the need for validation. You will not convince them. They are not here to understand you. They are here to misunderstand you on purpose. Don't feed that fire. Next, stop playing defense. The more you explain, the more they twist. You owe no one a justification for your peace. Let your energy speak louder than your words ever could. Before stepping into spaces you know hold volatility, shield yourself. Prepare with intention. Cloak yourself in light. Fortify your field. Call in your highest protection, not from fear, but from sovereignty. And perhaps most importantly, observe without absorbing. You are an empath, yes, but your empathy must be wielded with discernment. You are not a sponge, you are a prism. Let what isn't yours pass through you without staining your essence. This is your path now. No more defending your spirit to the spiritually blind. No more bending to make others comfortable. You are not here to play small for the sake of the insecure. You are here to rise, to radiate, to walk as the storm and the stillness. And when they circle again, let them, because they still haven't learned. You cannot swarm what cannot be shaken. And if this pattern continues, if the attacks repeat, if the energy stays dense, document it. Not out of obsession, not for revenge, but for clarity. When you're being gaslit, when the truth is twisted, your records become your anchor. Patterns tell the story others try to erase. Trust what you see. Trust what you feel. Keep a record, not to defend yourself to them, but to stay rooted in your knowing. And through it all, do not become what you despise. Don't mirror their cruelty. Don't meet their chaos with more chaos. Hold your line. Even silence, when chosen with intention, can echo louder than words. Sometimes walking away, calm, whole, untouched, is the greatest roar in the spirit realm. And finally, protect your chi, protect your prana. Your life force is sacred. Cleanse your energy daily, move your body, drink clean water, breathe with purpose, speak gently to your own soul. You're not just surviving, you are maintaining a temple of light in a world obsessed with shadows. Because you, dear one, are a lighthouse. And lighthouses don't chase ships. They just shine. They hate you because you didn't stay asleep, because you chose to see through the mask while they clung to illusion, because your peace, quiet, steady, unshakable, unsettles the chaos they've normalized. But you were never here to blend in. You are not here to be liked. You are here to light the path. You're the disruptor, the one who breaks cycles, the one who walks through the fire and emerges with clarity. You are the one they feel before you even speak, the one they try to silence, because your very presence reveals everything they've buried. Let them swarm, let them mimic, let them lie, because every whisper, every attack, every strange resistance is just confirmation. Your glow is getting harder to ignore. Curly the clown, just a haunted puppet of projection, a shadow stunned by your shine. And you walk with power. You walk with ancient truth in your bones. You walk with protection at your back and purpose in your stride. So let the flying monkeys fly. Let the chaos rise. Let them show themselves. And let your aura, your presence, your sovereignty burn through every illusion. Stay strong, mystics. Stay sovereign, way showers. Your aura is not just a field. It is a force, a living light, a radiant truth. And when it shines too bright, the shadows will always try to swarm. Let them come. And let your light reveal them for what they are. You're not alone in this. For more protection, guidance, and sacred resources, join us on Patreon. You'll find spiritual protection guides, intuitive cheat sheets, energy-clearing meditations, and tools to help you stand strong in the storm. There is wisdom here, and there is safety here. Because this journey isn't just about surviving the chaos, it's about mastering your light. Stay lit.